It's finally here and I'm excited. G'day all, welcome back to Built by Chris. In this episode I'm going to show you my new TSLS32 Incra table saw system. I'm going to unbox it, install it and make a review. If you want to see how it all comes together, come and have a look. Okay, so I went to TimberCon this morning and I took delivery of these three boxes. This is my new TSLS32 table saw system from Incra. It's going to replace my existing table saw fence on my Sherwood 10-inch contractor's saw, and from what I've seen, what I've read about it, it is going to be super accurate. So let's start by opening up some of these boxes. Okay, let's open the first box, see what's inside here. It's like Christmas, isn't it? Here we go, opening it up. Ooh, look at all these goodies, hey? Instructions, always a bonus. Got a bag full of screws, nuts, bolts, handles, another screwdriver, which is always a bonus as well. Don't know what these are. Don't know what these are. Haven't a clue what these are. Yeah, here's something else. Let's open this one, see what we've got in here. Yes, this is the actual fence. This is what I've seen from TimberCon. This is the actual fence that's going to go where the timber's going to ride along. And I tell you, the quality of the finish on this is really good. Very happy with the way this is finished off. It's machined beautifully. So, but then again, all Incra products are really good. I have a few of their products now, and I'm really happy with all of them. So there's that. Let's get this cardboard out of the way. Okay, another piece. We'll get this box out the way. Okay, another very well machined piece. Where it goes is anybody's guess, but that's why I've got the instructions, so I guess I'll know everything. But like I said, looking at it, it is very well machined. It looks dead flat, dead straight, so I'm very happy with that. Okay, get rid of this. Move on to the next box. Now these ones here I think are the rails that will replace the existing rails on the bench, on my table saw, sorry. Okay, now I don't want to just plunge the knife blade into this thing because I don't want to scratch anything, so bear with me while I cut all this tape. It looks like they've done a really good job packing all this, so I know none of it's going to be damaged. And another cardboard box. Feel like I'm back at home when Mum would put all my presents in ever smaller boxes. Let's open this one up. Just a tip, whenever you're using one of these retractable blades, every time you finish, retract the blade, that way you're not going to cut your fingers off. And yes, I was right, these are the rail system. that go on the front and back of the table saw, and this is where it's all going to ride on. And again, it looks, the finish on it is really, really nice. Wow, look at that. I am impressed. And here's the other one. So let's get this box out the way. That's 2 boxes down. We've got 1 more box to go, and in this one I would hazard a guess and say it's the actual system itself. So let's bring that over and open her up. Yeah, it's really well packed. It's almost as if they don't want you to take it out of the box. Away with you. And there, oh, look at this. More instructions. You even get a DVD, which is good. And yes, this is the actual system itself. Make sure there's nothing in those. Nothing in that one. Nothing up my sleeve. And there it is. That's the actual system itself. Look at that. That is beautiful. That's beauty. Beauty. Lock it up. Look at that. I can't wait to get this fitted. Just make sure there's nothing else in this box. Nope. And nope. So there it is. That's the unboxing. All the bits and pieces that come with it. I guess I'll find out what all these are once I start putting the thing together. But again, just looking at it, the quality of these components are really high end. Now I will admit it is an expensive system. I paid nearly $1,000 Australian for this. Actually about $900. Let's not exaggerate here. So you know you're getting a quality item when you're paying that sort of money. And everything's really well packed. Everything's really well marked out. Tells you exactly what you've got in the bag. So let's get on with the next part of this. Okay, first things first. The old table saw fence system has to come off, so I'm just undoing all the nuts and bolts and pulling it all to pieces. Here's the back rail coming off. I get to a point here and I realise I've got to take the back cover off because there's 2 bolts there I can't get to. So I've got to pull half the table saw apart just to get some of these bolts out. Bit of a pain in the bum, but there it is. Here I am just loosening those last 2 bolts, and the whole thing will then slide off. Just loosening everything up still. So one side, there you go, one side comes off. This one's stuck on. It's been on there for a little while now, so I've had to wrestle it off a little bit, but it comes off in the end. Okay, first part of the installation process requires me to put these mounting brackets on. That's just what I'm doing here right now. I'm using the existing holes from the table saw and putting those on. I'm measuring down 9mm from the top of the table. That's what it requires. And I'm going to do that on both sides of the table. I'm only going to show one side when I'm doing this because it's the same on both sides. Now here I'm just putting on what they call a rectangular nut, and the rail system is actually going to slide onto these nuts, and when I tighten them down they will hold the rail system in place. And just centering the two rails on the table saw. Okay, now these two things here are called the base clamp. They've got a dual purpose. I'm using them here now to align the rail with the top of the table saw. Just clamped them onto the rail as it states in the book, dropped it down until they hit the top of the table saw, and then tighten it all up. Next part of the install requires me to move the rails 114 centimeters to the right of the saw blade. And that's what I'm doing here now with the aid of a ruler. Here I'm just sliding in the base clamping knobs into the rails, and another thing I've got to do is put these plastic on the base clamps. Next step of the process, I have to put these base clamps onto the base support panel, and that's what I'm doing here now. Time to put the LS positioner onto the panel support base. The instructions call for about 280mm centered, and that's what I'm doing here right now, just making sure that it's in position. Now time to clamp the whole assembly onto the rails using the base clamping knobs. Now here I'm just going to slide the actual fence onto the LS positioner. It's a little fiddly, but it eventually goes on. A couple of cardboard spaces go under there. Just putting on the anti-lift rail hooks on the end of the fence. Putting it into micro adjust mode. Now here I am just zeroing out the fence to the blade. It took a few goes, but I eventually got it done. They call for the kiss method, where it just kisses the blade, and everything's set perfectly. Now once that adjustment was made, all I'm doing now is just sliding the scale over until it's right under the cursor there, and it's a magnetic strip that it sits on, and there it is, all zeroed out, ready to go. Now to test it out, I cut three pieces, one at 40mm, one at 60mm, and one at 100mm, and then just put them all on top of one another to see if they all matched up, which they did. So there it is, the TSLS 32 Incra fence system is now attached to my table. I've run a couple of boards through it, I did some measurements, and it's so accurate that I didn't think it was possible to achieve that level of accuracy. Putting it together, was it easy? Well, the instructions were good, they were clear, but there were some parts where you had to sort of read past them before you actually started doing the task. By that I mean it'll tell you to do something, then you do that, but then it'll have a brackets type thing saying, but don't do this before you do this sort of thing. So it was a little confusing at times, but all in all pretty straightforward. All the pieces fit together nicely. What else can I say about it? It's just a nice piece of kit, and with, like I said, with the money that I paid for it, it better be. Now if I was to have one concern with it, one gripe, one little complaint maybe, it's the fact that the unit that I bought is in metric, because it's for the Australian market obviously, but the instructions still come in inches, in imperial. So I'm not really good at maths, so to convert imperial into metric takes a little bit of brain power away from me. If Incra is watching this, if you're going to send to the Australian market or even to the European market, I'm sure that you can print two versions, an imperial version for the American market and a metric version for the rest of us. That'd be the only gripe. Other than that, the thing is, it's a joy to work with. I can't wait to actually start doing some projects with it, and it's great. The quality is fantastic for the money that I paid for. Like I said, it should be, and I'm exceptionally happy. Okay, with that, I'm going to end this this video. It took me 2 days to put the whole thing together, and I think I've earned myself a nice cold beer because it's been pretty warm down here again in Melbourne. My next video, I'm going to do a workshop tour because I've changed a few things up because of the table saw. Now that the rails are a lot longer, I've had to position the table another way. So having said that, there's a new workshop tour coming, so stay tuned, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.